booties for black girl nerds.
Pleasure to be here with you all. I am so excited about this movie. Let's dive in. So, the representation and diversity, I think, is one of the highlights of this film. So for you, what has it meant to bring this new generation of witches to the screen?
I've loved playing a black witch. I've loved having the black witch that was in the craft world, like dived into more, because that is what I wanted from the original one. When I watched it, I was like, dang, I just wish I could have seen like her life just a little bit more. So like being able to like tell a story and tell like a full story and have it be like involving the coven and like having that be home for me was like amazing to play. And yeah.
Awesome. And the rest of the group?
For me, it was so. Wait, could you ask the question again?
Sure. Representation and diversity, and your feelings on bringing this new generation of witches to the screen.
Well, I'm so glad that I could be participating in such an amazing movie like the franchise The Craft, and be bringing my own like trans Latina representation to screen, because it's really important for other trans kids to know that they're valid and that they're here. And it's very important for their parents to see it. I mean, I don't know who's going to be buying the movies for all of the little kids that are going to go watch this movie at home. But, the parents might have to sit through it, and they might see me, a trans Latina woman, and be like, oh, well, she's doing it. So maybe I'm hoping it'll bridge the gap for not only kids, but for parents in general. And I just think that the movie delves into so many different topics about, toxic masculinity, and, it casually but effectively brings in my character and as a trans woman without being glorified or dramatic, and I'm very grateful. Zoe Lister-Jones.
I love it. And do you guys have any experience with witchcraft, or like what are your views before this movie, and if they've changed of witchcraft in general?
I've always been a witch since I was like 15, and if anything, it just really made me explore more into it. And honestly, like right after we filmed, I was kind of a little tired about hearing about witchcraft. I was like, okay, all right, I'm a human again. But I've always been a witch, and like it's just a part of my everyday life. And I'm not really like too much of like a practicing witch. I'm more so just like a mutt witch. I do what I feel, and it's for healing purposes.
Yeah, I think a few of us definitely dabbled in it for a long time before we started filming. I've always loved witchcraft.
Okay.
I feel like I was definitely on my way with this film. I didn't know a lot of what I was doing was witchcraft, that I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah. So it was just like awareness and just like a great awakening for me, just to like learn about witchcraft and to learn that my lifestyle was kind of witchcraft-like.
For me, these girls actually were the ones that brought it out in me and really schooled me on what it is and what it means. And like Zoe said, for healing purposes, really great for your mental, connecting with your body and the earth and your sexuality. Yeah, it's been really helpful for me.
So kind of reminiscent with your character a little bit. So were there any memorable moments on set? I know you guys had some consultants come in.
Well, there was memorable moments, like freaky moments, but there was also this moment that I remember spending with Gideon that was just so nice. We were in her trailer, and we were like, we knew we were going to go home soon, but we thought we had to film one more thing, but they kept us there for like 2 hours until telling us that we were going to leave. So in those 2 hours, we sat together and we were just all cuddled up in her little blanket, and we watched this Netflix Christmas movie. And honestly, that was one of the sweetest moments I've shared on set. And then literally right as it finishes, I'm like, they're going to send us home. The freaking AD walks in and she's just like, hey, like, you guys can go. You're wrapped. And I was like,
I love it. Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I am such a fan of the movie. So best of luck with you always.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.
Shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.